My concern is the ability for the Afghan military to hold the ground that they are on now, without the support that they've been used to for many years, McKenzie told the Senate Armed Services Committee. Biden says he is praying for right verdict. In Derek Chauvin trial, former President George W. Bush comments on Derek Chauvin trial. Minneapolis and nation anxiously await verdict in Chauvin trial. Prosecution using police badge as license to abuse the public is simply wrong. His name was George Perry Floyd Jr. Prosecution delivers closing argument in Chauvin trial. Path to the Supreme Court is unlikely at best. Michael Regan discusses President Biden's ambitious climate agenda. Coronavirus cases continue to soar as vaccine appointments remain unfilled. Full Boehner. I don't think I could have done more. On Knucklehead Caucus's Fossey. Third shot data. By the end of the summer, beginning of the fall. Boehner. I did everything I could to bring together Republicans. Raul Castro stepping down in Cuba. This violence must end. Harris addresses shooting in Indianapolis. U.S. calls for pause on Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Protesters condemn plan to release radioactive water from Fukushima nuke plant. So I am concerned about the ability of the Afghan military to hold on after we leave, the ability of the Afghan Air Force to fly in particular after we remove the support for those aircraft, McKenzie said. Load error U.S. Financial and other assistance for Afghan security forces will be vital after NATO troops depart, he said. If we don't provide them some support, they certainly will collapse, and that is not in our best interest, the general said. The Pentagon is now looking at how it could provide help from a distance for the Afghan military's maintenance challenges, McKenzie said. We may be able to work some remote televised way to do that. We're going to try all sorts of innovative ways, he told reporters later at a Pentagon briefing. The one thing I can tell you is, we're not going to be there on the ground with them. Once U.S. forces exit, tracking and targeting al-Qaeda militants in Afghanistan will be more difficult, he said. Those operations will be harder but not impossible, McKenzie told reporters. The U.S. military has no bases near the landlocked country, and fighter jets or bombers would have to cover long distances from aircraft carriers or bases in the Persian Gulf to reach targets in Afghanistan. At a House hearing on Tuesday, McKenzie said U.S. intelligence gathering would inevitably decline without American personnel on the ground and drones inside the country able to convey information about potential threats quickly. As for President Biden's decision to pull out troops, McKenzie did not say whether he had supported such a move but said he had ample opportunity to provide his advice to the president. It was a very thoughtful, very in-depth process that went on over an extended period of time, McKenzie said. The president went out of the way to ensure all views were on the table. The general said he rejected the idea that America's longest war had been in vain, arguing that the U.S. had achieved its goal of weakening al-Qaeda and protecting the country from terrorist attacks. I think that we've accomplished the mission that we set out to do, which was to prevent an attack against the United States. That mission has been accomplished, McKenzie said. Both McKenzie and his son were deployed to Afghanistan. Reflecting on Americans who had died in the war, McKenzie said, "What few words I can offer in an attempt to help those who have to deal with an empty seat at the table. The voice that will not be heard again, the missing laugh at the center of a gathering is this. We fought to protect our country and to give others the chance to choose their own destiny. There is no better, higher thing to fight for. That's why I went to war. That's why my son went to war."